Welcome to the You Choose podcast. We're so glad you're here. Please take a moment, pause this podcast right now, and share it with someone you think would find this podcast interesting. We would really appreciate it. Please go to Uchoosepodcast.com. That's the letter U, choosepodcast.com, and find the different ways that you can connect with us and how you can be part of the live event. And without further ado, let's get into the adventure you choose. Ready to go to make decisions for you. Oh, wait, no, actually, it's the other way around. They make decisions for us.
Yeah, we're not choosing anything. It's you. We're sitting back just happy to be here.
Yes.
It's not called the I Choose podcast. That'd be fun, though.
Well, that's true.
If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you can comment in the comments section. We'll see the comments, and we will then we will take the choice that you've chosen, and hopefully you haven't chosen to kill us, because that's kind of what ends up happening in these books. So
Yes.
The Phantom Submarine.
Yes, the Phantom Submarine.
There might be a saloon on in the submarine.
Halloween themed a little bit here. So this is one by Richard Brightfield. Richard Brightfield's done several of these. And this is number 26, so we're pretty early in the series. 1983, Eddie.
Super early.
So, all right, 1983.
Would you mind going back to the cover real quickly? I just want to go into the cover real quick with everybody. I mean, this has it all.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this cover is quintessentially one of the best things about Choose Your Own Adventure books. It's got underwater monsters that look, I don't even know. I mean, what is that?
A giant,
that's
crab.
That's an 80s worthy. It's like a crab. It's a crobster. It's a crab lobster. There's what looks to be a sunken ship in perfect condition.
Yes.
By the way.
Perfect. A giant manta.
There's a frog man down there with a bubble hat. Yeah. Bubble hat on.
Why does he have a bubble helmet?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a real mantis for a second, but no, it just says. I don't know. He's an amphibian, man. They don't need to. I don't even know what's happening. Like, we won't let science stop us here. We got kids who are 9-year-old scuba diving to. Jesse, you know the answer to that. You know the answer to that. There's no sharks.
There's no shark. There's not even shark.
They'll talk about a shark.
Yeah, we're not going to become one.
It has an underwater civilization.
Yeah, looks like a city in the background, like Atlantis. But you're right. 9-year-old scuba diving.
And then, of course,
but no sharks.
No sharks.
No sharks. No sharks allowed. First page here, and then when we get to decision point, type in the chat where you want us to go. I'll get started.
I love the first illustration is you witness a car crash.
I noticed.
Boom!
It's late afternoon.
Finn
just
and
about
Lexi are saying hi. I believe Finn and Lexi are from a different country, right?
Oh, yeah, Finn and Lexi. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, you were here last time. Yeah, let us know where you're from, if you're U.S. or overseas or wherever. It's late afternoon, just about the time your father is due home from work. You're sitting in the living room reading a book when the pages begin to blur. Your head begins to buzz, strange images swirl before your eyes, 2 large forms appear to collide. You can't make out exactly what they are, but they could be cars. Then the images fade and the page is clear again. Suddenly there's a screech of brakes in front of your house, and then a loud bang. You run to the window. A car has smashed into the front fender of your father's car just as he was turning into the driveway. Your father isn't hurt. Somehow you already knew that he wouldn't be. Several days later, you are going down one of the stairways at school when your head begins to buzz again. You see a falling image. You guess what it is. Watch out, you cry, but the student is already falling. At dinner that evening, you tell your parents about your experiences. I've heard that one of the professors at the university is trying to make a scientific study of just this sort of thing, says your father. I think the professor's name is Conroy. Tomorrow, I'll give him a call and maybe you can meet him. A few days later, you find yourself seated in Professor Conroy's office. We call this phenomenon ESP, the professor tells you, which is short for extrasensory perception. It is a very rare ability. Some people with ESP can see into the future, while others are able to move or bend objects with their minds. You seem to know when something is about to happen. 3 weeks have passed since your talk with the professor. You're sitting in your room when you have that feeling again that something is about to happen. An image of something flying forms in your mind.
Unbendable things.
Unbendable things, yes. A few seconds later,
Like
you hear
crackers.
cracker. A few seconds later, you hear a
Bend the
helicopter.
cracker. Don't break it.
Yeah, don't break it. A few seconds later, you hear a helicopter flying toward your house. It swoops low over the house and lands in a vacant lot nearby. There's a knock at the front door. This is followed by a lot of talking. Now your mother is coming up the stairs. Professor Conroy and some other men are here to see you, she says. When you go downstairs, you find the professor seated on the sofa. He gets up to greet you. Two men are standing stiffly near him. Something about them spells military, or perhaps FBI, using our 9-year-old experience to know the difference.
Based on my 9 years on this planet, that's military.
You're military. One of the men steps forward. We're sorry to bother you, the man begins, but we're here with an urgent matter. We work for a special government agency. Some time ago, we alerted all of the ESP researchers to be on the lookout for especially gifted subjects. There's a chance that you are the person who can help us work on a very special assignment. We would appreciate it if you could come with us for a couple of days to take a few tests. Is it all right if I go, you ask your mother? You can go if you really want to, she replies. I like how, okay.
Yes.
Get him out of here.
Boomers.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are at?
Me sick.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. But think it over carefully.
Cracker Bender was my nickname in college.
Al, the best.
Sorry,
Cracker Bender.
Comments.
I have my own feelings that there is much more to this than these men are telling us. Okay, here we go, everybody. If you agree to take the test, turn to page 5. If you decide not to take the test, turn to page 10. So do we take the test or don't we take the test? Let us know in the chat.
Pretty straightforward to start off with. Pretty solid decision.
Yes.
You know, you're like, I don't need to test my psychic abilities. I know I got some.
I'm better than any of you.
Crackers all day.
I'm a cracker bending expert. I took a correspondence course.
I saw my dad get in a car wreck, and I knew he wasn't going to die.
I know you guys aren't military. You're FBI, or vice versa.
Exactly. Why in this illustration is Professor X in there?
So the bald guy on the right is like grimacing at the other guy, and the other guy is taller with glasses, looking down shamefully or something. And then the professor's just, I don't know. He looks like the professor from Gilligan's Island with a suit.
It's like, I'm a professor. You can tell I'm a professor by my 3-piece suit.
Yes. Look at that handkerchief.
My pocket square.
Yeah.
So far we got to vote for take the test, and don't take the test 2-1.
2-1. So we're taking that test, people.
At this point, we take the test.
We are. So page 5, that would be you, Eddie.
Page 5. I think I should go, you tell your mother. At least I'll be able to find out what's been going on in my head. A few hours later, the helicopter with you, Professor Conroy, and the other 2 men aboard lands in the center of a large, heavily guarded complex of buildings near Washington, D.C. You are met by an attractive, neatly dressed woman with short hair. We're 9 years old. What do we know about any of this?
Yes.
Let me introduce Dr. Thurston. Greta Thurston, says Professor Conroy. Greta was a research associate of mine. Now she is working for the government. She sold out. I'll leave you in her hands. I have to get back to my students. Good luck. Next page. Dr. Thurston takes you to her office nearby. First, she says, I would like you to try to guess the numbers on the backs of these special cards. You close your eyes in concentration. Let me think, you say. Based on my 9 years, that one is a 5. The next one is a 10. After you've gone through the whole pile, Dr. Thurston seems disappointed. You're an idiot. You score a little better than 50%, she tells you. But that falls within the normal margin for error. Your ESP abilities do not seem particularly strong.
Ooh.
If you will wait here, I will go and discuss this with my associates. She's like, you thought you were something special. Turns
Yeah.
out you're not,
You're
kid.
not special.
You ain't got no ESP. You got DSP, disappointment sensory perception.
Crushing our 9-year-old ego.
Just crushing it right there. You thought you were good.
I know.
You're not good or special.
Our
my
hubris.
mommy loves me. Yeah, that's right. Only your mommy.
Only your mom does.
As Dr. Thurston talks, you get the feeling again that something is about to happen.
Oh.
You sense that there's a great danger just outside the office. Dr. Thurston, stop, you exclaim. Don't go out that door. There's the illustration, us puzzling over the cards.
Look at our shirt. It's tucked in.
Our shirt is very neatly tucked in. Do you see that? Do you see that, kids?
Yes. Belt buckle. Man,
how can you tell it's the 80s? Because that person has an ambiguous haircut. You have no idea. Is that a boy? Is that a girl?
That's true.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's us.
Yeah.
And we're 9. Look how childlike that person looks. And you're like an attractive woman.
Yeah. And the government wants us. Right. The government wants us to help them. Wow.
There's a loud crash. Everyone all right in there? Someone shouts. Dr. Thurston cautiously pulls open the door, now pushed slightly off its hinges. The back of a large truck is jammed up against the outside of the building. An ashen-faced driver appears around the side of the truck. My brakes failed just as I was backing up, he explains. Dr. Thurston comes to you. You do have some remarkable abilities after all, she said. You probably saved my life. I think you are exactly the person we have been looking for, despite your 50% failure rate.
Yeah.
The 2 men who came with you are on the helicopter arrive out of breath. Dr. Thurston explains to them what happened. They are now all looking at you. I think we've learned what we need to know, says Dr. Thurston. How would you like to play the role of ESP specialist on a research submarine? You are a bit flabbergasted, which is a word you just learned yesterday. To say the least, I don't see what ESP has to do with a submarine, you say. This is no ordinary submarine, one of the men says. It is designed so that ESP can be used as a special backup warning. We had planned a long land-based training program, but now we are pressed for time. You will have to learn on the job at sea.
Ooh.
This is like real life, kids. There's no training.
There's no training.
Day 1. When Lee got hired at his job, they were like, here's your day 1 training. And they pulled out a gun and started shooting at his feet. Bang, bang, bang. He's like,
dance. Exactly.
Dance, boy.
Dance,
That's
boy.
your training.
I was like,
dance,
this
boy.
is just like being in the saloon.
Like, oh, I'm in the saloon. I'm a shark. Wait a minute, you say. My family expects exactly sink or swim. Sink and swim. That's the motto.
Yeah, it's a good job, Finn and Lexi. Sink or swim. Yep. Oh, Gerald. Hey, Gerald. Thanks for being in the chat. Dance, he says.
He's like, dance, baby. Wait a minute, you say. My family expects me home in a couple of days. I know, says the man. We will talk to your parents and explain that what you will be doing is vital to the nation's security. I can't even read now. National security, you exclaim. Really? Ordinarily, says the man, we wouldn't tell you about it until after you've agreed to help us. But since it may influence your decision, since we're going to compromise you as 9-year-old, we will. Ships at sea, all over the world, are disappearing without a trace. They're here one second, gone the next. Particularly submarines. We don't know why. The Russians are losing as many as we are. Well, that's because they're Russian submarines and they suck.
Yes, the Russians.
Hashtag support Ukraine. What's up? Anyway, the mission is a very dangerous one, so it is your privilege to refuse. If you agree to embark immediately on this mission, turn to page 13. If you tell them that you need more time to think this over, this is a big deal.
It is.
Turn to page 19. Do we get right at it? The minute they say Russians, you start thinking about Rocky, what was it, Rocky 4? Yeah, in your head, you're like,
Oh yeah,
Not
definitely.
on my watch.
You don't get any more 80s than the Russians. So,
dude, the Russians, they just drag them into any.
So in honor of that, we got to do.
There it is.
Embark immediately, or do we think it over? What do we do?
Get on it. Let's do this. We all live in a Russian submarine. Go for it. So we got 3 go for it's out of our. So now we got potentially 3 more votes coming.
You know, Eddie, I just realized at the beginning of the story, we predicted a car wreck, and then we just had another car wreck. We must attract car wrecks.
I know. That's what our true psychic ability is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm no good for predicting cards, but I know when a car wreck is coming. A lot of good that'll do us on the open sea.
Yeah, exactly. We may have overestimated our powers.
Somebody dropped a car out of an airplane.
Oh, no.
No.
So I guess based upon the votes, we'll give it another second or two. We're going to jump on in and get in this submarine, this yellow submarine. Is it yellow?
I think Al was going for a Beatles pun when he was like, "We all live in a Russian submarine." A Russian submarine. A Russian submarine.
Gerald says, consequences? What are those? Go and adjust fire as needed.
There is one thing about you choose your own adventure land, and there are no consequences.
No, it never goes bad.
Do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's do it again. So
never a downside.
13. It is. All right.
I'll put that new hashtag up. Hashtag
no consequences, or hashtag do it again.
Never a downside.
Never a downside. Hashtag never a downside. All right. Yeah, we don't need no stinking consequences. All right. Page 13. Consequences? What are those?
We don't need no stinking consequences.
Plethora.
So immediately they go leave page 13. Look at page 11, by the way. Before on your way to page 13, perusal page 11. They're roughing us up.
Wow, yeah, it's that bald guy again. Interesting. Roughing up a kid.
Your grubby mitts. You're hairless.
They're grabbing us by our shirt.
No,
they're untucking our shirt.
You have untucked my shirt, fine, good sir. That's fighting words.
All right.
Consequences never killed anyone.
The mysterious disappearance of the ships intrigues you. You agree to help. Hours later, you are aboard the transcontinental military jet on the way to a shipyard.
Hours.
Yeah, hours. Hours later. On the way to a shipyard on the West Coast. Dr. Greta Thurston and the 2 men are with you. I'm Captain Hornbolt. Now that's a name.
Ooh.
Hornbolt. We got to get approval from Macho Man for that.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes that one. Hornbolt.
That's a name. Hornbolt.
Lord.
Says the man who has been doing most of the talking. I will be in the command of the submarine. Mr. Higby here is a very experienced navigator. Higby.
Give me an oh yeah, Higby. I want to hear that delicious oh yeah. Higby, thank you. Thank you.
That sounds like the law firm of Higby and Hornbolt will represent you when you're injured on the job. Call now.
Hey, Mr. Savage, did Hornbolt and Higby help you out in your case? Oh, yeah. Now you heard that the results from Higby and Hornbolt. Horn, Hig, and Hinbolt.
H and H. Well, anyway, Mr. Higby here is a very experienced navigator. Dr. Thurston will also be with us on the voyage. The ship itself will have a crew of 150. Holy cow. They're putting a 9-year-old, they're putting 150 souls in the hand of a 9-year-old.
And those people, you 9-year-old little punk, they have families. And you're responsible for all of them. No pressure.
We have a 50% success rate.
You 50% failure.
Wow.
You know, I just realized we have a pretty good number of people watching, some new. You mentioned Higby and Hornbolt. We should quickly, real quick, play for them our own branded content of Proof Rock and Schmidt.
who just can't catch a break. One can see ghosts. Prufrock and Schmidt as they topple crime bosses. Defeat the cyborg Gypsy King. Get Schmidt's mom to give him his own room. Going room. Prufrock and Schmidt.
That's so good.
Just thought the people deserve that, Jesse.
Yes.
Lee. Sorry, Jesse.
People been asking for it.
Turn to page 12. Prufrock and Schmidt. What was that? It was that was the haunting house. What was that one again?
Who killed Harlow Thrombe? Was where they came from.
Thrombe, yeah. Who killed Harlow Thrombe? Look that episode up on Uchoos and you'll get a little taste of who Prufrock and Schmidt are.
Get some Schmidt.
You just got Schmidt on.
Yeah. The puns. All right, let's see.
Holy Schmidt.
Holy Schmidt. Let's see. Okay, not counting the four of us. So we have 154 souls in our hand. All right. Boy, no pressure. After you land, the captain shows you around. Yeah. You follow him to the entrance of a 3-story building and then into the elevator. The elevator goes down through several underground floors and stops. The door opens onto a long corridor. You follow to another door that leads to a metal balcony. The scene is breathtaking. You are standing high above an enormous man-made cavern. High-intensity lights are placed at intervals along the towering wall. Far below, tiny figures swarm over a large, rounded vessel floating on an artificial lake in the center of the cavern floor. It doesn't seem like any ship or submarine that you've ever seen. It has a wide, curving front like a wing. Behind this is a long, tapering tail-like stern. It looks like an enormous manta ray. I think you can see, says the captain, why we have named this ship the Manta. The workmen are completing the final tests. Unfortunately, we won't have a formal launching. Another elevator takes you down to the operational level where you board the ship. Captain Hornbolt proudly takes you through the crew's quarters, the kitchen, dining hall, engine room, and the torpedo room. Besides the torpedo, says the captain, we have missile launchers. Their warheads, though not nuclear, are very powerful. We also have a small undersea scout craft housed in a special compartment that can be flooded and opened up to the outside while the Manta is still submerged. You end up in a large, circular, and dimly lighted control room. Suddenly, various buzzers and signal horns begin to sound throughout the ship. The doors to the control room close with a gentle thud as the watertight compartments of the ship are secured. The floor sways slightly beneath you. The Manta sinks straight down to the artificial lake for a minute, then heads forward.
This is doing the classic. This was when they were just getting this figured out because they have us hopping around more than they have us choosing right now.
They do. You must have ESP, Jesse, because we're going to be doing a G.I. Joe themed book in a little bit.
Does.
Wow. Good job, Jesse. We need to hire him
Jesse.
on the show.
Go, Joe.
Go, Joe. We're getting underway, says Hornbolt. This wide underwater tunnel is carved out of solid rock and leads to the Puget Sound a few miles away, which empties into the Pacific. Whoever or whatever is preying on our ships seems to keep a close watch on our ports and shipyards. Many new ships have disappeared only a few miles after being launched. That is why we're being so careful this time. I still don't understand where I come in, you say. This ship has the most advanced electronic gear developed, but is not enough, explains the captain. The electronic sensors of the other ships apparently failed. We are depending on your ESP abilities to give us an extra warning of danger. In addition, you will be called upon to make some crucial decisions that depend on your special psychic abilities. You may even have to take control of the Manta if our electronic systems fail. That's quite a lot to expect of me, you say. I don't really know if I can do it. Don't worry about that, says the captain. As soon as we reach the open sea, you'll start your training. You know, we probably should have started our training before we got on the boat. I mean, just an idea.
Details. This is the 1980s. Just throw a kid into it.
Soon you're there. Greta Thurson arrives in the control room and shows you a special concentration booth. You sit inside on a comfortable reclining chair. Even though the booth is small, you're surrounded by hundreds of dials, monitors, and screens, and electronic switches. Wow, this all looks so complicated, you say. I feel as if I'm inside a space capsule. Forget about all these gadgets, Dr. Thurston tells you. The booth will be totally dark and soundproof when you're concentrating. That should help you focus on your subconscious mind. Now, whatever is taking our ships could be anywhere in the ocean, anywhere in the world. Concentrate, and if you have any feelings as to where it might be, we'll head in that direction. You close your eyes and try to sense the location of the mysterious force that captures the ships. All right, everybody, here we come to a decision. If your ESP is telling you to go north towards the Arctic, turn to page 42. If your ESP is telling you to go south toward the South Pacific, turn to page 20. So do we go north or do we go south? Let us know in the chat. What should we do?
Up or down?
Jesse, open. I don't think that word means what you think it means.
It's the open sea, underneath the open sea. On top, but under the water.
Not on top, but below. I like how we question ourselves,
it's like you
Eddie.
go so far south. I know, right?
Like, maybe before I left home, I should have thought about this ahead of time.
Being responsible for a multi-million-dollar submarine with 154 people on it with children seems to be a lot to take on for a 9-year-old. Maybe I've bitten off a bit more than I can chew.
But, our hubris is so big, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore. Like, this is just, we can't get out of our own way. It's too late for that. We have 2 votes for South, 1 for North.
Okay.
He says, dang, son, deep South. You go so far south, you come up, they're like, yee, what's up?
What's up?
You here, boy? Like, I went too south. I'm too south.
I'm too south.
Start shooting gator guns at you.
Start shooting gators. Yes, exactly. So
2 votes for South, 1 for North. We'll give it a couple more seconds. And Zeke Wheeler, he done seen it.
I did it.
Done seen the Phantom Submarine.
I can tell.
Thought it was a UFO.
It's my grandma.
Look at this.
Maybe it was his grandma on a jet ski or something.
Oh, South. The Southerners get it here. Here we go.
All right. Page 20.
Something tells me south, you say. But remember that this is my first try. Look at us trying to already give ourselves some wiggle room. Like, we all die. It's not my fault.
Not my.
I told you.
We already have an exit strategy.
Radar, man, the torpedo. Can you tell me what you felt when you decided, Dr. Thurston asks. I'm not really sure, you answer. I'm 9. I seem to get a feeling of warmth, and I could see some swaying forms. Palm trees, perhaps? You will soon have it under control, says Dr. Thurston. This is your first mission. You'll need time to get used to using your ESP. Turn to page 22. In the following weeks, well, we're already ahead weeks now. In the following weeks, as the manta silently glides beneath, on top, and abroad the water, heading south, you learn to tune in to your subconscious. You also familiarize yourself with numerous video screens and electronic sensors in your booth. You learn how to use the circuitry in the walls designed to collect and amplify your brain waves. These waves are able to activate special controls that can operate the ship in an emergency. You keep watching the biofeedback screens, training your mind to produce different brainwave patterns, each of which is programmed to give a specific command to the ship. It is while practicing with these controls one day that you suddenly sense a menace
Ooh.
near the sub. This menace's name is Jesse. I mean, I'm kidding. Something is out there in the sea. Something dark and evil.
Ooh. Well, we know it's not a shark.
We know we're completely shark free.
Yes.
Not really sure. I'm 50% sure. The conventional evil warning devices of the manta fail to pick up anything evil. But your subconscious mind is filled with evil suddenly with a feeling of dread, a dread you can't explain. You barely have time to warn the captain when suddenly the power and control circuits in the submarine go out. The manta coasts to a standstill. There is confusion throughout the ship as the crew tries in vain to restore power. You sense that the ship is surrounded by a number of small subs. You can see, air quote, that's a good
Yeah.
pun there. You can see,
See.
SEA, them in your mind, closing in like a pack of sharks. Ooh!
Ooh. Maybe there are sharks.
Hashtag shark reference, Jesse.
Oh.
You know that they are about to attack. This is the moment your training has prepared you for. You launch every nuke in the entire world using your mind.
Set off World War III.
I'm kidding. I was kidding. You have to do something fast. Luckily, the ship can be controlled by your brain waves. Immediately, you activate the emergency controls. If you quickly take the ship to the surface, turn to page 69, dudes. If you dive the ship at the fastest possible speed, hoping to shake off the attackers, turn to page 27. So again, we're back to the up or down.
Down. You're right. We're still back to up or down.
I'm just saying. Up or down, everybody. What are we doing?
Let us know in the chat. Up or down? Surface or dive? Dive, dive, dive.
We can't dive much. I mean, look at this illustration. We're like, that fish is like, what's up, girl? You single? Like, fish, stay in your league. Get it, league? Again.
The puns.
The ocean puns never stop.
No. So Al says surface. Gerald says 69, so surface. So we got 2 for surface. Yeah, Jesse's right. We are kind of like a shark. Does it still count? We mentioned shark.
I mean, are we?
Oh,
we have 3 surfaces.
Look at Jesse. Surface.
Surface. I busted out leagues.
Oh,
he comes in
Gerald,
tight with the surface. I love this.
20,000 leagues. Finn and Lexi
We
say
got
up and away.
unanimous votes for surface here.
Wow, it's pretty
All
rare.
right, you got it.
69 dudes. All right, so 69. We're going topside, people. Let's get there. Man, there's some fun illustrations.
Doing that sound of whoop, 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 ding, 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 ding. Go,
I need that.
Go.
I don't have any of that, but I do have
Gotta
this.
give everybody the bends.
Oh, yeah!
Close enough.
There it is. That's the sound our ship makes when it goes to the surface. And when it dives, it makes no sense.
You activate the controls that turn the manta sharply upward. The bow breaks the surface of the ocean. You, Dr. Thurston, and Hornbolt follow an emergency detail out of the forward hatch and onto the deck. There are no other ships around. The empty sea stretches in all directions. Then Dr. Thurston points behind the ship, a look of alarm on her face. What is that over there? She asks. At first, you don't see what she's pointing to. Then you see it. It looks like an enormous depression in the ocean, you say. And it seems to be heading in our direction. It could be a whirlpool of some sort, says Hornbolt. If it is, you say, it's the first rectangular whirlpool I've ever heard of. Whatever it is, says Dr. Thurston, we will know in a few seconds. It's coming right at us. You brace yourself, expecting the manta to topple over the edge of this strange pit in the ocean. Instead, there's a sudden crash, as if the sub has been rammed by a large invisible ship. You are thrown to the deck. You look up and see hundreds of tall humanoid creatures appearing out of nowhere and swarming onto the deck. Each creature holds a short rod that sends out a paralyzing beam. The crew is overwhelmed. You try to grab the attacker, but one of the beams hits you. You are frozen in an awkward bent-over position with your arms grabbing at the air.
Ooh.
Suddenly you know how a statue would feel if it could feel. You can't move or
Phantom
speak.
Submarine. We're not playing games.
No,
This
we're
isn't
not.
a regular submarine.
This is Manta. You can't move or speak, but you're still breathing and you can move your eyes. Several of the creatures pick you up and carry you toward the pit. They walk over the pit in midair as if walking on an invisible surface. Then they make a sharp left turn and you're inside a companion way that you can see. So that's it. You are in a ship that is invisible from the outside, but visible on the inside. The creatures carry you down a long corridor and deposit you in a small circular chamber. Dr. Thurston and Hornbolt are already there, also frozen in their last movements. Slowly, sensation starts coming back to your bodies. You start to rub your arms and legs to get the circulation back. Then a voice booms from somewhere. Welcome aboard the vessel of the Sea People. We're not even going to name ourselves. We're just the Sea People.
We're the people of the sea. Not the A people. Not the B people.
B people. The sea.
C.
We're the C team.
Average in every way.
Yeah, we're average. Welcome. Some welcome, exclaims Hornbolt. This is how you have been seizing our ships. Sooner or later, you'll be tracked down and destroyed. It seems more likely that you who inhabit the land will destroy yourselves first. What we are afraid of is that you will destroy us in the process. I don't think your helping matters, says Dr. Thurston. By stealing our ships and kidnapping our people, all those who have been seized are safe and will be released soon, says the voice. In the meantime, we need to study your people at close range. We must find the source of your self-destructive nature. We also seek to find those among you who will work with us to help stop this senseless destruction of our shared world. Trying to find traitors to humanity, you mean? Shouts Hornbolt. They don't seem that dangerous, you whisper to Dr. Thurston. Maybe we should give them a chance to tell us how we can help. Okay, everybody, here we go. If you feel that you should give these creatures a chance to explain how you can help, turn to page 96. If you agree with Hornbolt that helping them would betray mankind, turn to page 108. So do we let the creatures explain how we can help? Or do we agree with Hornbolt and that helping them might betray mankind? So basically, do we help them or don't we help them?
Do you put that bib on and get the lemon butter going?
It's frog legs tonight. Zeke would love those, right?
He's like, "Oh boy, crawfish boil. That's how you do it, man. Back where I'm at, you find some alien crawdaddies, you put them in a pot with some taters and sausage, and you cook it up, and then you worry about the consequences later when the mothership comes and she's like, 'Where's my boys at?' And you're like, 'Ah, I ate them for a Sunday lunch. I'm sorry. I guess I doomed the world.
Doom the world because I was hungry.
Because I was hungry. What we get." Thinking with her tummy.
Well, you may have doomed the world, but you had a full belly.
I think we should stick by a new Uchoosepodcast rule that anybody named Hornbolt might be awesome, but we're also not. We're going to take their advice.
Could be. This is the Hornbolt protocol.
Lee, enact the Hornbolt protocol, quick.
Hurry.
You start doubting everybody around you. You just start throwing punches. That's Hornbolt protocol. It's just you decking everybody around the site.
Instead of, remember on Star Wars, it was Order 66. It's like, execute Order Hornbolt. You just start punching everybody.
It's like, please initiate Hornbolt protocol now. Go.
All right, so Finn and Lexi said, of course you help the aliens. Al says, manifest destiny. Doesn't have time for explanation. Helping is for losers. So that Al says no help. Go. And Finn and Lexi say help. Let's see.
Yeah.
Quick, chuck the attack track at him. Yes, exactly. Attack track.
That's a good deep cut. We'll have to share that video sometime. That's how you end a fight real quick. You take fresh batteries, put them in an attack track, hit go, and just toss it in the room. And
shut the door and listen to the screams of pain erupt. No.
The screams of the anguished.
Yes.
So we got help don't help. And I'm assuming don't help with Jesse's.
Hornbolt was right. Is that?
I'm thinking he's saying we're going to not help the aliens.
Okay.
Oh, we got to vote for help. 2 helps, 2 not helps. Uh-oh, Lee.
Uh-oh, I know what that means. We gotta get the
you
coin.
You choose coin.
So, I guess heads help, tails don't.
Here we go. Heads. Yep. There we go.
Heads it is. So we're going to help the aliens. All right.
Don't you count out of these fish people. All right, we're helping.
All right, so that's page 96, Eddie.
Just how can we help, you ask the voice. The 4 of you, if you agree, could be our eyes and ears on land. We can train you to communicate with us secretly. As far as the rest of the crew knows, the cruise of the Manta was uneventful. All memory of the capture has been erased from their minds. In the years to come, you will learn much more from your cooperation with the sea people. As one of the world's leading oceanographers, you will amaze the scientific world with your extensive knowledge of the oceans. You basically become Aquaman.
Dun dun.
The end!
The
end!
end!
We didn't die.
Yeah.
We didn't die.
We did not die.
And Jesse, again, the end, not an ending. And I agree, it's not. It is not a resolution.
Jesse, 50% sure that's not an ending. Well, Gerald had a good point, though. If we help them, maybe we won't get probed. So,
I mean, can we just not get probed this time around? It's happened a couple times in these adventures.
Finn and Lexi, exactly.
Dude, this one went almost our full hour.
I know. Took us almost a whole hour just to get. This is one of the longest books I think we've gone through.
They were getting their sea legs, if you will, on them about.
Oh, yes.
Sea legs.
Sea legs, our average legs.
Do we want to dive into this, or do we have time?
Dive. We're keeping the puns going, Eddie.
Yes. All aboard.
Still not a shark.
SS Mindbender.
Mindbender. So, all right, let me.
Shark. I agree.
Yeah, still not a shark.
Called You Are. Everyone's a shark, but you. Maybe the greatest one.
The greatest of all sharks. All right.
So I'm assuming this guy is Zartan right here.
Yeah, this is Zartan.
I want to wear a hoodie, but I also want to wear a tank top. Tank hoodie.
And look at that tank top. That's a metal tank top. We don't mess around.
Metal hoodie tank.
Yes.
I kind of want one now.
This is a Find Your Fate book, which is the GoBots of Choose Your Own Adventure books. So what would be the GoBots of the GoBots?
What would be the GoBots of the GoBots?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
A muscle figure.
You know when you're at like Walmart and they have those like third or fourth party toys where they're just like Morphormers. Morphing bots.
Yes. Car formers.
Changeatrons.
Rock lords. Jesse says rock lords.
And you're like, okay, I want, rock lords. Yeah, exactly. Shipwrecker, we riot. Okay, I'll crack this one off, Jesse. So yeah, I mean the Find Your Fate, the Which Way one. I mean, this is just you'll see. They got the IP, they got the G.I. Joe. You know, they're selling it with the cover. We all found out pretty hard back in the day that the cover was probably the coolest thing about the book.
It was.
Yo, Joe. Well, do we have any G.I. Joe music?
I do not.
Any sort of like military?
Let me. I don't think so. Unfortunately,
we do have Sergeant Macho Man helping us out.
Yeah, that's close as I can get.
Yeah.
What do you...
See?
Yay!
No, that isn't one.
There it is. Go, Joe.
Yeah, this is R.L. Stine, Jesse. So 1986.
Yeah, this is before Goosebumps.
Way before Goosebumps. Yes.
Welcome to the G.I. Joe team. You are about to become the newest member of the top secret anti-terrorist fighting squad. Your code name, Commando. Your major talent, to think fast and move even faster. That seems like a lame power.
It is.
Your assignment, Spy Mission Leader. A special G.I. Joe squad is about to go into action. The mission will not be an easy one. As team leader, it will be up to you to make sure it's a successful one. Follow the directions at the bottom of each page, then make your decision about what to do next. If you make the right decisions, the G.I. Joe team will score a triumph over the terrorist forces of Cobra Command, and you will be recognized as a hero. If you make the wrong choices, which is ready, kids, this is life. Here we go. I'm going to see this. I'm going to read this.
Okay.
Take it in as life
Here,
advice.
here, Eddie. Here we're about ready.
And now, deep thoughts.
There it is. If you make the wrong choices, you will wish you never signed up with the G.I. Joe team. Good luck, soldier. Take command of your special squad on page 1.
We feel wiser.
1. Cool illustration there. Really, like, tell me all the adults around us weren't just like Vietnam vets. Look at that. Look at that art. They're like, hey kids, war as hell. There's a picture of my buddy died.
My buddy, my gun. I got my gun. Give him a gun. Life lessons with Eddie, Gerald says.
Yeah, well, hold on. Slap! The sound causes you to drop your sniper rifle. Instantly, you grab at it from the marshy ground. You spin around, finger on the trigger to see what made that slapping noise. As we know, a sniper rifle is super helpful at close range. Relax, Commando, Leatherneck tells you with a frown. That was just me slapping a mosquito. You're a little nervous, aren't you? Sure, I'm nervous, you admit. I had to kill a soldier back there with my toilet paper canister. I mean, you peer through the tangled forest of trees. We've been on this island for 4 hours, and all we've seen are mosquitoes. And where are Airtight and Beachhead, some of the worst G.I. Joe names ever?
Yes.
They were supposed to scout up ahead and then report back. Why aren't they back? I said back too many times, didn't I? Darn it, I keep saying back. What's wrong with me? Why do I keep saying back?
Need our bat counter.
Exactly. Leatherneck scowls and wipes the sweat from his thick mustache. Because all the 80s mustaches were thick.
Thick mustaches.
You want my opinion? No, you say, grinning. We're a gnarly 9-year-old. Did you just keeping my back counter?
Yeah, back counter. I got 2 backs.
Baby got back. Leatherneck ignores your joke. He always does. I think Hawk is getting soft in the head now that they made him a big shot general. I think he sent us into this stupid mosquito trap as land for nothing. Is Leatherneck right? Turn to page 6. No choices yet, by the way.
No choice, but just going with it, evidently.
A beautiful red macaw soars from a tree limb above your heads. The rhythmic flapping of its wide wings is the only sound to break the stillness in the South Pacific island forest. You know the official word, you tell Leatherneck. Army spy planes picked up signs of some sort of military activity on this island. Maybe Cobra is setting up something. It's all caps. We should probably scream it, right? Maybe Cobra is up to something. Maybe I'm not going to do that. Maybe it isn't Cobra. Hawk thought it was important enough to send us here to check it out. Leatherneck scowls again. It is the natural expression of his face. He has resting scowl face.
Exactly.
You realize you've never seen this tough old Marine smile. Hawk just wants to impress the cigar chompers in D.C., he said, frowning. Maybe they'll pin another shiny star on his chest. If there's room, he swats another mosquito. Hey, Leatherneck, you say. You're not bitter, are you? We're gnarly and sarcastic. He glares at you. Bitter? Listen, kid, I was born sucking lemons.
Whoa.
You start to reply, but you hear other sounds. Hit the ground, you tell him. Someone's coming. Turn to page 52. This was a really tired trope where they didn't let you pick anything. They just had you hopping all over the book.
Yeah. And just listen to this old guy complain. 52, right?
Both of you drop to the soft ground, your rifles gripped tightly, your eyes searching the thick foliage. A bird shrieks a warning above your heads. You ignore its shrill cry, keeping your eyes straight ahead as the sounds of approaching footsteps grow louder. Suddenly, two figures appear a few yards ahead. Airtight, beachhead, you cry, keeping leaping to your feet. Over here! Where have you guys been? Leatherneck demands angrily. You stop off at the country club for a swim? Your two comrades walk quickly toward you without replying. Their expressions are grim. Their eyes stare at you strangely. Have they found something up ahead? You guys see anything, you ask? Yeah, I brought you something, Airtight says. It's this. And now you're afraid because it's something a man named Airtight is handing you. He pulls back his right arm and brings his fist forward with all his might against your chin.
Wow.
See?
Beating up 9-year-olds.
It's right to be scared from a man with that name bearing gifts.
Bearing gifts. Page
Turn to
13.
page 13, thus still making us hop around, not choosing anything yet.
Yes, the illusion is real.
The hallmark of these books. You stumble backward in pain, too stunned even to utter a cry of protest. The sky spins above your eyes. When you can focus again, you see that Beachhead has swung the butt of his rifle into Leatherneck's stomach.
Ooh.
Leatherneck groans and lurches to the ground. What is going on here? Why are your buddies attacking you? Maybe your friend sucks lemons too much. You decide there's only one way to find out. You're going to have to defeat them first. So you pull out a gun and kill your friends.
Why kill them both?
It is a choose your own adventure book.
Yeah. Yeah, you kill your partner.
Your jaw still throbbing with pain, you leap onto Beachhead's back and push him to the ground. He rolls free and dives at you, but he leaps right into your fist.
Ooh.
You hesitate for a second. You can't believe you're battling your friend, but then you let him have it. Again and again.
Wow.
He slumps to the ground, dazed and groaning. You turn and see that Leatherneck has managed to subdue Airtight. Airtight's nose is bleeding. Leatherneck appears to be trying to twist his arm off. Airtight, if this is one of your idiotic practical jokes, assault, kids. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
I still ain't gonna say I'm sorry, he growls. Knock it off. Knock it off, you cry, rubbing your aching jaw. What's with you guys anyway? Turn to page 24. We'll get to choose at some point, I promise.
Yes, we will. Here we go.
Though they are beaten, Beachhead and Airtight continue to struggle, and you are forced to tie them up. They pull against the ropes, refusing to answer any of your questions. You get the feeling that they don't really recognize you. Have they been brainwashed? I think we have a problem here, you say thoughtfully. Tell me about it, Leatherneck mumbles. They call you Commando because of your ability to act under pressure with lightning speed. Now you've got to make a decision about what to do next. How will you deal with this problem and still complete your mission? Should you try to force Beachhead and Airtight to retrace their steps? If you follow them back to where they were scouting, you might find out what happened to them. Or do you think it's smarter to radio the pit at once, let Hawk know what has happened, and ask for reinforcements? Or would it be best to fly, your two confused buddies back to the pit for immediate medical care because Leatherneck tried to kill one?
Yeah.
It's up to you. Go back to where Beachhead and Airtight were scouting. Turn to page 2. Radio the pit for reinforcements. Turn to page 47. Fly Beachhead and Airtight back to the pit. Turn to page 48.
Let us know in the chat what we should do. I like the reinforcements option. What are they going to do? Bring in more reinforcements for more people for us to punch? Jesse says more people to punch. So we got a vote for go back to the scouting location. A vote for pit. And we got another. Finn and Lexi said go to explore. So I assume that means go back to where Beachhead and Airtight were to scout. So we got 2 scouting.
2 scouting votes.
Oh, explore too. Yeah. Okay. So
3 exploring votes. Here we go.
I believe so. Yes. So go back to page 2.
Page 2 it is, Lee. Good
Back
luck.
to me. Yeah. Good luck. It's gonna be a long ride. If this ain't the lowest of the low, Leatherneck grumbles, glaring angrily at Airtight and Beachhead. First I have mosquitoes using my head for a landing field. Then I get sneak attacked by my own so-called buddies. I never should have left Nebraska. Ooh, there we go. Wow.
Go Big Red.
Yeah. Glad you're cheering up, you tell him. What are we going to do with these traitors, he growls. They're not traitors, you say firmly. Something happened to them on the other side of the island. We have to find out what it is. Leatherneck begins to brighten for the first time since you landed. You mean we might have this little fighting to do? We might have a little fighting to do before we leave this island paradise? He almost smiles and holds up his rifle. Hey, that isn't standard issue, you say, noticing the rifle for the first time. It's a .45 caliber Thompson M1. Where'd you get that little item, Leatherneck? Souvenir of Nam, he says quietly.
There it is.
There it is.
Vietnam.
There it is.
You can't just not mention Vietnam.
Yeah, exactly. It'll do 700 rounds a minute. Might come in handy. It might, you reply, but the first thing we're going to do is set up camp and wait right here. I've got a hunch that whatever was done to our friends is bound to wear off soon. When it does, maybe they'll be able to lead us back to where they were. You set up camp and wait uncomfortably in the hot tropical forest, keeping close watch on Airtight and Beachhead. Finally, after 3 hours, Beachhead looks up at you and asks, Hey, Commando, what am I tied up? Why am I tied up like this? You and Airtight attacked us, you tell him, seeing that his eyes seem to be clear again. Airtight looks up. Come on, guy, he says, shaking his head as if to clear the cobwebs. I've done some pretty weird things in my day, but I've never attacked my own buddies. I've got a sore jaw to prove it, you tell him. Maybe you two are coming out of whatever scrambled your brains. Their brains were scrambled when we landed here, Leatherneck mutters, fingering his rifle. You've been breathing too much swamp gas, Leatherneck. Airtight yells angrily. There's nothing wrong with our brains. We don't need a hard-headed Marine to tell us, stow it, you two. You yell, pushing at a furious Leatherneck back. You don't have time for this, or we don't have time for this. Listen, you two, do you remember what happened to you on the other side of the island? We were captured, Beachhead says. His voice is flat and emotionless as always. He never gets riled, not even now after this bizarre episode. Captured by whom, you ask? By Cobra Crimson Guards, he replies. Ooh. Crimson Guards. Turn to page 28. Cobra's on the island? Leatherneck cries, raising his rifle. Well, not exactly, Beachhead says. Hey, Commando, can you untie us now? You glance at Leatherhead. He shrugs. Okay, you say, bending over to remove the ropes from their wrists. Keep talking while I get you out of these. We came to a headquarters right at the edge of the water on the far side of the island, Beachhead continues. We were about to come back and get you, Commando, but we were captured by Cobra CGs. They forced us to go inside this place. It's all made of wood, but it's built like a fortress, and it's pretty big. Now here's the funny part. Yeah, real funny, Airtight says sarcastically. Beachhead ignores him and goes on. The Cobra Crimson Guards were the ones who captured us, but they weren't there working for Cobra Commander. They were all loyal to Zartan. Zartan, master of 1,000,000 disguises and personalities, has long been one of Cobra Commander's most deadly henchmen. Has he decided to strike out on his own? That's not the end of the story, Beachhead says calmly. Wait, it gets even better. And we have to turn to page 86 to find out.
We've made one choice.
Yeah, just letting you know. Leatherneck swats at a mosquito and scowls, perspiration pouring off his thick mustache. See, more mustache references.
We need a thick counter.
You can see that he's impatient to get moving, but you want to hear the rest of Beachhead's story first. Zartan isn't alone here, Beachhead tells you. He has this scientist working with him, Dr. Mindbender. We overheard his conversation. It seems Mindbender isn't loyal to Cobra Commander anymore either. He's working with Zartan. They've got something cooked up to make Zartan the big leader of everything. We'll see about that, Leatherneck growls. They hooked Airtight and me up to a big machine in this lab that Mindbender has built. They put headphones on us and zap, transmitted some kind of rays into us. The rays made you forget who you were, you ask eagerly. The rays made you forget who you were, you ask eagerly. No, not that, Beachhead. Trying to remember exactly what it was like. We felt loyal to Zartan. Airtight finishes his sentence for him. Dr. Mindbender's machine made us feel total loyalty to that miserable little chameleon. Well, you know what I think, Leatherneck interrupts, packing up supplies. I think that chameleon ain't nothing but a lizard. Let's go stomp him. Lead us back to Zartan's headquarters, you tell Airtight and Beachhead, if you're both feeling okay now. We're okay, Airtight mutters, climbing to his feet. We didn't get a full dose of the ray. There was a problem with Mindbender's machine. I guess that's why the effect was permanent. The sun rests lower in the afternoon sky, but the air is still hot and steamy as you cut your way through the tall vines and tangled trees. As you reach a small circular clearing, you hear a sound, a low roar that's getting louder. Hit the dirt, you yell, peering through the tall weeds. You see 3 motorcycles roaring over the marshy grounds, rapidly closing in. Riding these powerful choppers are 3 thugs. You immediately recognize Ripper, Buzzer, and Monkey Wrench, the Dreadnoks. Let's blast these bums, cries Leatherneck, leaping to his feet and raising his big M1 to his shoulder. No, wait, cries Airtight. Let's play a little trick on these louts instead. Louts? Wow.
It's a word. We're throwing out some like old-timey. Let's throw a little old woozly-boozly at these here whippersnappers, shall we? Aha.
They're easy to outsmart. Let's tell them we've all been zapped by Dr. Mindbender's machine, and we're just as loyal to Zartan as they are. Then they can lead us right into Zartan's fortress. All right, here, everybody, we got a choice here. Which will it be, Commando? Blast him or trick him? Blast him or trick him? Let us know in the chat.
We need a non-choice.
Another non-choice. Well, you know, I guess blast him or trick him. Forgot about all these names. Ripper, Buzzer, and Monkey Wrench. Dreadnoks.
Give him the old higgledy-piggledy.
Piggly. Oh, come on. Put him up.
Exactly.
Trick
Blast
or trap?
him, trick or trap. Trick him, blast him, trick him. 2 votes for trick, 1 blast.
Al says blast. Jesse says trick. Gerald says trick. So
trick, blast.
Trick, blast. That's the second title on the first side of your album.
My upcoming album, Higgledy-Piggledy.
Higgledy-piggledy.
Track 1. Trick, blast.
Trick, blast.
Hit these louts. Hit these louts with the old 1-2. A 1-y and a 2-y.
I want to a shooting gallery, says Finn. So they want to blast
So
them.
we got 2 blasts, 2 tricks. So now we got to all flip the coin.
Flip that coin. Flip that coin. All right.
I say heads for trick.
Okay.
Blast is tails.
Trick. It is.
Trick 'em.
Trick 'em.
Page
32. Oh, isn't that a POD song? Right? It might be. Oh, wait. Click, click, boom. Yeah. That's Saliva, I think.
That's click, boom. Let them come, you tell your companions. If we can trick these here guys into thinking that we're loyal followers of their beloved Zartan, they'll lead us right to him. I don't like standing here and waiting for them to pick us off. We're sitting ducks, Leatherneck protests. Quack, quack, says Airtight, showing the kind of wit he's known for. Leatherneck glares at him. Airtight grins back. The 3 Dreadnoks roar up on their cycles and begin to ride around you in smaller and smaller circles, howling gleefully. Finally, they pull to a stop and cut their engines. Well, I'll be a wallaby's uncle, because they're Australian, kids.
Australian. Oh, that's right. They are.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even going to try to fake an accent from Australia. It's nearly impossible.
Yes. I don't blame you.
Monkey Wrench explains, fingering the belt of grenades he wears across his chest. Look what we are. Look what we have here, mates. Like, that's not even.
Wow.
That just feels. I ain't seen nothing like this since I visited the zoo back in Sydney. We are trying so hard to like drive home that they're like
Australian.
Yeah.
Good job, Stein.
Drink enough. Yeah. Buzzer says, spitting on your boots. his face twisted into a sneer of contempt. You raise your fist in a salute. Long live Zartan, you cry. We are soldiers in his army now. The three thugs look at each other in confusion. Maybe these are the blokes who got their brains repaired in Dr. Mindbender's machine, Ripper says finally. We are soldiers in Zartan's army, you say. Zartan is our only leader now. Will the Dreadnoks believe you? Go to page 33. Buzzer pulls a filthy red handkerchief from his jean pocket and wipes the sweat off his forehead. Despite the tropical heat, all three of them are wearing black leather biking gear. What a tribute to their intelligence, you think to yourself. Will they be smart enough to see through your plan? So you blokes are loyal to Zartan now, Buzzer asks, raising the buzzsaw that is always at his side. We are proud soldiers in his army, Airtight says, his eyes glazed over as if in a hypnotic spell. Buzzer rubs his stubbled chin, thinking hard. Then tell me and my mates this. What are you doing out here walking around in the trees? You realize you got to think quickly, which is your forte. Buzzer has asked a good question. You've got to give him a good reply. There are more G.I. Joe team members on the island, you tell him. Our plan was to ambush them and take them to Zartan. Buzzer stares into your eyes, trying to decide if you're telling the truth. Finally, he grins and says, Good, me and me mates will join you. This is the reply you didn't want to hear. What do you do now? We turn to page 7, is what we do.
We don't have a choice.
We've made 2 choices so far.
That's very kind of you, Buzzer, but we really don't need help, you say, taking a step back, trying to signal to your companions to be ready for a fight. But there's no need to signal. They're ready. Monkey Rich pulls a grenade from his weapons belt. Let's blow him up, Buzzer, he says, just for laughs, okay? Ripper pull a pistol from his belt. Buzzer starts to laugh. Okay, let's give him a little loyalty test, he says. The Dreadnoks move in. Quickly, you try to figure out the best way to fight back. Suddenly, shots ring out. You hit the soft ground as the shots whistle over your head into the clearing. Into the clearing come Flint, Roadblock, and a squad of G.I. Joe infantrymen, their rifles blazing. Think we ought to hit the road, mates, cries Buzzer, trying to start up his chopper. Don't let them get away, you cry. They'll go right to Zartan. You leap onto Buzzer's back and pull him off his chopper. Leatherneck and Airtight knock the other 2 thugs to the ground. One move and you'll eat dirt, Leatherneck yells as Beachhead holds a sniper rifle on them. Hey, Commando, Flint calls to you with a wide grin. I thought maybe we'd join the picnic. It's not a picnic, you tell him seriously. We know, Flint says, pulling his green beret into place. Our spy planes picked up more activity on the island. That's why we were sent back up. What's next? On to Zartan's little beach? You say, but here's the question. Do we go in with guns blazing? Or do we try to trick Zartan into thinking that Airtight and Beachhead are still loyal to him, and that they've captured us and are bringing us in for brainwashing? Which strategy do you choose? All right, here we go. Attack the fortress with guns ablazing, or try to get to Zartan by tricking him. So do we go guns ablazing, or do we try to trick Zartan? All right, let us know in the chat what you want us to do. Do we trick him, or do we go in guns ablazing? Let us know in the chat. And Eddie apologizes. For some reason, his computer died. It's like this story. Wild West style. Okay, Finn and Lexi say Wild West style, so guns ablazing. Jesse says trick. Trick part 2. So try to trick Zartan. So we're split. So we need somebody to break the split here. Otherwise, we will flip the coin. All right. So I will flip the coin here. Heads, we shoot. Tails, we trick. Heads, we're going to go in guns ablaze and Wild West style, just like Finn and Lexi said. So going to page 60. And we will go in guns a-blazing. It's just like the cartoon would have been. So that's page 60. We don't need tricks, Leatherneck yells. This is all we need. He raises his trusty M1 high in the air. Throw him some raw meat and he'll settle down, Airtight says. Leatherneck is right, you decide. Come on, guys, let's go get him. Yo, Joe, is the cry as you and Flint lead the rest of the G.I. Joe unit through the tangled trees towards Zartan's island headquarters. Kazow, 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 kazow. You can just imagine the laser sound from the cartoon. You hit the ground behind some low bushes as Cobra Crimson Guards begin to fire at you. The CGs are positioned behind a low fence built of white logs. Behind the fence stands Zartan's fortress. To the side of the low wood fortress, you see a dock with a small powerboat tied to it. We don't have time for games with these clowns in the red monkey suits, you yell. You stand up and lob a grenade at the low white fence. The fence is blown apart in a fiery blast of blinding whites and yellows. Most of the CGs are blown away. Your rifle fire takes care of those that remain. Come on, we're going in, you cry. Turn to page 4. Oh, thanks, Gerald. Yeah, I understand we're getting a little late here, but really appreciate you joining in the fun. You lead the G.I. Joe unit over the burning remains of the white fence, barreling through the entrance of Zartan's fortress. More Crimson Guards leap out to stop you. Weapon fires echoes through the corridors. The only sound is the thud of your boots against the concrete floor. Yo, Joe, you yell. Zartan must know you're here by now. Must hear your cries of triumph as you batter your way through the guards. But where is he? You force open the large double door. At the end of the corridor, sounds of fighting still behind you. The door falls with a crack, and you rush inside, finger on the trigger, ready to shoot anything that moves. So we haven't shot anything so far? Jeez. Stop right there, a high-pitched voice shrieks. You stop. You have found Zartan. His eyes are wide with excitement beneath the black and white makeup that covers his face. Don't make another move if you value your leader's life, Zartan screams. What does he mean? You look to his left. 2 people are tied together with ropes. Their feet are bound and they're guarded by 4 CGs with pistols held to their heads. You can't believe your eyes. The 2 prisoners are Hawk and Lady J. Oh, wow. Throw down your weapons and they won't get hurt, Zartan shrieks, an evil grin on his face. Please do as he says, Lady J, her voice trembling, pleads with you. Do as he says or he'll kill us both, Hawk says. Throw down your weapons, Commando. That's an order. We don't throw down our weapons for anyone, Leatherneck screams. You spin around and motion for him to shut up. This isn't the time for hot words. You have only seconds to decide what to do. Is this some sort of trick of Zartan's? You don't have time to think. You've got to act. Throw down your weapons. Here's our choices. Throw down your weapons, turn to page 44, or keep fighting. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, these alternate books, they give you maybe 8 or 9 choices and just the rest of it's story. But here, we're at a decision, though, so let us know. Do we throw down weapons, or do we keep on fighting? I like how violent it is. They're putting a gun to their head, but I guess it's like the cartoons. Keep fighting. No way. Good point, Jesse. No way that's Hawk. You're right. They're probably being controlled by Dr. Mindbender. Good point. Good point. Never give up. Keep fighting. Okay. That's 2 votes. So that is page 72. I agree. The illustrations are pretty cool. Just like the cover. It's one of R.L. Stein's, probably, I'm assuming that's one of his early works. So I'll go to page 72, I believe. Lady J doesn't beg, and Hawk would never command us to surrender, you tell your teammates. Keep up the attack. Zartan ducks to the floor as you and your comrades raise your rifles and begin firing at the surprised Crimson Guards. Hawk and Lady J toss off the ropes that tied them. They begin running toward the large red door at the back of the chamber. As they run, they tug at their faces and pulled away a holographic masks. There we go. Yep, you were right. Holographic masks. Interesting. You realize that you've made the correct decision to keep fighting. These two fleeing imposters are not Hawk and Lady J. They are Zorana and Xandor, masters of disguise attempting to help out their brother Zartan. The roar of the rifle fire is deafening. Zartan follows his brother and sister through the red door. Don't let them get away, you cry. Followed by Airtight, Beachhead, and Flint, the others, you blast your way through the red door and charge into the next room. The room is filled from floor to ceiling with machinery and wiring. You have found Dr. Mindbender's lab. Zartan feverishly spins some dials and throws a switch on the largest console. Then he runs from the room. What is this machine? Should you take the time to shut it off and risk letting Zartan escape? Or should you go after Zartan right away? Wow. So we don't have any decisions, but then all of a sudden, we've got lots of decisions. So let me know in the chat where you want us to go. Do we chase or do we turn off the machine? But in typical G.I. Joe fashion, we probably have to blow up the base. Jesse says turn off the machine. Don't let him get away. Okay. So chase after him. So we'll flip. Finn and Lexi said don't let him get away. Jesse said turn off the machine. Heads, turn off the machine. Tails, chase. Tails, we're going to chase him. Going after Zartan. So turn to page 29. Zartan's headed toward the dock. You yell, after him. We'll come back and take care of this lab after we've captured him. You and the rest of the G.I. Joe unit run past the giant console to the back exit of the lab. Suddenly there's a flash of magenta, which, interesting that it's magenta, which quickly pales to yellow and then white. You feel a strong tingling, a jolt of electricity. You have all run right through Dr. Mindbender's mind-altering ray. Halt, you command, and everyone pulls up behind you, lowering their weapons. Let's see if Zartan needs our help. You run after him. Zartan turns to face you. May we assist you, sir, in getting your boat started, you ask, saluting your leader. He smiles. No, thank you, soldier. From the looks of things, I won't be needing to leave this boat after all. Not since I have such good, loyal soldiers here to protect me. Thank you, sir, you say. We will all await your further commands. The end. Wow. That is awesome. We ended up being slaves to Zartan. I don't know. That's almost worse than dying. Don't you think? Where are we going to go from there? What a turn of events. It took a while to get there, but that is an interesting ending. You have to admit. See? Yeah, Jesse, always turn off the oven. Oh, man. We zigged when we should have zagged, but that's okay. Good thing about it, like we always say on the show, you can always go back and do this one again. So we'll do this again in 2 weeks. We will go through the same books, but when we get to the first decision, we'll go take a different route and go the opposite way we did the first time so that we get a different story. So join us in 2 weeks. You can go to Uchoosepodcast.com, find out the different ways to get in touch with us and reach out and listen to old episodes. This is episode 71 that we've done so far. So we got a pretty good back catalog, and stay tuned for some different ideas. Let us know some of your favorite books. They don't have to be Choose Your Own Adventure. If you have some other IPs like Transformers or any of the other books that they did back in the 80s for these, let us know which one's your favorite and we'll check them out. All right. Thank you, everybody that was in the chat. We really appreciate it. And thank you for listening later. We really appreciate it. And until next time, you choose the adventure. Thanks, everybody. We did talk about, I should have mentioned it before we started recording, about doing a 80s TV ranking. A couple, it'd been 2 episodes ago, we talked about Manimal and some of those other weird 80s and 90s shows. So we might still have to do that sometime where we maybe play the intro, and then people can vote on it. We could do like Manimal versus A-Team or something like that.
Do like a 80s like a power ranking based off the 80s TV show intro, just the intro.
Just the intro. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So
we could compile. It'd be basically we go off, and this would be fun as an audio podcast too for people to listen. we could just kind of put the Choose Your Own Adventure books off to the side, one episode,
Yeah.
and we basically, like you said, like we go through not all, but we come up with a ranking of
Yeah.
all the different shows that we want to talk about. And over the course of that one episode, the idea is to reach the one coolest 80s show
Oh, okay.
intro.
So like a bracket, like a March Madness bracket.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have one side and one side. I would almost say one side would be like, it'd be like fantasy / children show. Other side, like nearly age inappropriate style, like Magnum PI,
Yeah.
A-Team, Hardcastle, and McCormick.
Hey, quick story. I was watching, kids for some reason wanted to watch Golden Girls one time. I didn't realize how kind of adult themed it was. And I was watching it like when I was 8 or 9.
Oh, yeah. As a kid, maybe you picked up, oh, Blanche is the sultry lady that likes to have the sexual relations. That's the most you maybe got. And then as you watch it as an adult, you're like, that show was all about sex. That's all it was about.
It was. I was like, I can't believe my parents let me watch that. Cool. It's kind of
didn't realize.
Anyway, yeah, I like that
Boomer
idea.
Parents do, which is a good theme for the Phantom Submarine.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, remember?
Yeah, I think it'd be great. That would be, you'd have basically.
You had so we'd have like four on one side and maybe 4 on the other, so have 8 total, and go against each other that way. All right.
Yep. Well, or just do an even 10, 5
and 5, 5 and 5. Boom. There you go. Okay.
Oh, no, you have to have even numbers. So yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't do sports.
Yeah.
It's either 4 or 6, I guess. But yeah, 4 would be perfect.
Yes.
You could play 4 here, battle them up. We would almost need to come up with the brackets ourselves, though.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like Manimal versus the TV show Beastmaster. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's so many obscure ones like Automan and Nighthawk and.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stay tuned.
Oh, dude, the Man from Atlantis.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get obscure. Al says Beastmaster.
Al's already calling Beastmaster. You just can't preemptively. Stay tuned. We'll come up with our brackets, and then you can vote accordingly.
Oh, I just thought we could do one with Christmas kids shows like Rankin Bass versus Rankin Bass is Rudolph versus I don't know, Frosty the Snowman or something like that. I don't know.
That's all Rankin Bass. That's the problem.
That's true.
Rankin Bass cornered the market. You're making Rankin Bass fight itself. You can't do that.
Well, there's a lot of Christmas specials. Alf Christmas special versus something.
That's what I think would be fun to do. Is like 80s Christmas specials. You choose. That'd be a toughie though. You'd have to come up with clips out of each 80s Christmas episode.
We could do it. A Grinch for the win. Yeah. Here's another one. How about remember in the 80s they always had a very special Different Strokes or a very special 10 of Us. So we you could do those. Where they were comedy, but this time it's serious.
One. Yeah, when this one episode we're doing something serious. Oh gosh, yeah. The special Different Strokes episodes. They're the ones that probably started that whole mess. Because I remember, if you want to get a good laugh, and this is not meant, listen, this is go with it. In the 80s, nothing would stop the hubris of the baby boomer writers of the 80s. And they're like, we're gonna have the bike shop episode. Wasn't that the one with the
Yes.
We're gonna
yeah, that's exactly the first thing I thought of when I said Different Strokes.
The bike shop episode.
Yep. Just go.
Yeah, but Mr. Belvedere, Mr. Belvedere.
What was
had
that
a
one?
Whole episode. Do you know about this, Lee?
I probably do, but maybe refresh my memory if it's not too inappropriate.
Mr. Belvedere did an episode where they tried to basically take on the notion of the AIDS epidemic in the 80s.
Oh.
On Mr. Belvedere.
Wow.
And it was the most insane, like them trying to handle a heavy subject, which we barely understood in the 80s.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're like, I don't want to play with Timmy. He has AIDS. And it was like the most insane mishandling of a topic on an 80s sitcom, it was amazing. You're like, they won't be stopped.
No,
Like, I think every sitcom in the 80s tried that.
they did. Speaking of inappropriate, how about the Phantom Submarine? Good segue there, Eddie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we got several people in the chat.
You're
So,
welcome.
what we're gonna do is the saloon. Jesse wants to go to the saloon still. All right.
So if you're watching, we'll just do a quick recap. We got a good audience queue going here. If you're watching, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook or what's the other one we're on? We're on Twitch.
Twitch.